Queen Laura stood on the command bridge of the Earth flagship, staring at the glowing screens that showed distant human colonies. She had received reports of a powerful force moving across the outer sectors, threatening everything humans had built. The messages were urgent and full of fear, but Laura felt a spark of determination. Humans had survived impossible odds before, and she was not about to let them fail now. Commander Ethan approached her, his boots echoing against the metal floor. He saluted sharply. "Queen Laura, our scouts report large warships approaching Sector 7. They seem to underestimate human defenses." Laura nodded. "We need to be ready, Ethan. Gather your best team and move quickly. I want to know exactly what we are up against before it is too late." Ethan turned and left, his mind already racing through strategies. He knew humans were skilled at improvisation. Even when outnumbered, they had a way of turning small advantages into victories. The enemy, however, did not know this yet. They assumed humans were predictable, weak, and easy to defeat. Hours later, Ethan and his small scout fleet arrived near the mining colony on the edge of the sector. The colony had been busy extracting valuable resources, unaware that danger approached. Ethan watched through the view screen as massive warships moved closer, their designs unfamiliar, but their purpose clear. They intended to conquer. Riley, one of Ethan's trusted soldiers, pointed at the screen. "Commander, they are not expecting resistance here. The humans in the colony are unarmed mostly." Ethan nodded. "Good. We will use that to our advantage. Send messages to the colony leaders. Tell them to prepare defenses quietly. Civilians can help. Humans fight differently. They think fast and act fast." The scout fleet landed quietly on the outskirts. Ethan, Riley, and Pilot Claire moved through the colony, explaining simple but effective strategies. Barricades were set, alarms were prepared, and the people were ready. Even children helped carry supplies. It was a sight that filled Ethan with pride. Humans were resourceful. Humans were strong. Queen Laura watched the live feed from the flagship. She saw humans moving with precision, using every available tool. She knew her people were capable of more than they had realized. She issued orders for the remaining fleet to hold position and wait for the signal. As the enemy ships closed in, they fired warning shots over the colony. Humans did not panic. Instead, they moved with quiet determination. Ethan's team activated hidden turrets and traps. A group of miners pushed debris into strategic positions, creating choke points that would slow the enemy. The first skirmish was brief but telling. Enemy forces tried to enter the colony, expecting easy victory. Instead, they were met with a wall of human ingenuity. Projectiles fired from hidden positions, barricades slowed their progress, and civilians guided soldiers through the safest paths. Even small groups of humans, armed with little more than tools, managed to hold off heavily armed troops. Uncommunicated with Laura. "Queen Laura, they are shocked. They did not expect humans to fight like this. Morale is high, and they are confused." Laura smiled slightly. "That is exactly what I hoped for, Ethan. Keep them off balance. Humans are strongest when they are underestimated." Hours passed, and the enemy began to retreat, realizing that the colony was not an easy target. Humans had defended it without large losses, using creativity and bravery. Laura sent a message to all sectors, encouraging them to prepare for defense. Humans everywhere needed to understand that courage and quick thinking were as important as weapons. As night fell, Ethan, Riley, and Claire returned to the scout fleet. They were tired but satisfied. Humans had shown what they were capable of, and this was only the beginning. Queen Laura knew that if the enemy had underestimated humans now, they would regret it in the battles to come. Laura addressed her council, her voice firm. "We have seen today what humans can do when they fight for their home. We will not back down. We will protect every colony. The universe will know that humans are not to be taken lightly." The sun rose over the mining colony, casting long shadows on the battle-scarred ground. Commander Ethan walked through the streets, checking on civilians and soldiers. He noticed the small fires burning, the barricades still standing, and the determination in every face. Humans had survived the first wave, and now they were preparing for the next.
Ow.
Riley approached Ethan with a worried look. "Commander, reports show more enemy warships moving closer. They're learning from their mistakes and bringing heavier weapons." Ethan nodded. "Good. That means they are paying attention. Humans will be ready. alert everyone, and strengthen defenses. We fight smarter, not just harder. Violet Claire joined them, her eyes scanning the horizon. We can use the terrain to our advantage. The colony is built on cliffs and caves. We can create traps they will never expect. Ethan smiled. Exactly. Set teams to dig hidden positions and prepare ambushes. Civilians can help. Everyone has a role. Humans win when they work together. The enemy arrived in full force. Massive warships hovered above, firing long-range weapons that shook the ground. Humans did not flee. They moved quickly, setting up decoys and redirecting enemy fire away from the colony's center. Small teams of soldiers moved through hidden paths, launching attacks that confused the invaders. Queen Laura watched from the flagship. She could see the enemy struggling. Human soldiers were everywhere, moving unpredictably, striking from places the enemy did not anticipate. Laura sent messages of encouragement. Hold fast, my people. Show them what humans can do. In the colony, Ethan led a squad into a narrow canyon. They placed charges at strategic points and waited. When enemy forces tried to advance, the charges exploded, sending rocks and debris crashing down. Enemy soldiers were forced back, their morale shaken. Riley and Claire coordinated with other squads, moving through tunnels and hidden passages. They set small fires, released smoke, and created chaos among the enemy. Even unarmed civilians helped, guiding soldiers and providing supplies. Humans were unpredictable, and the enemy could not keep up. Laura watched the entire battle unfold on the screens. She saw how humans adapted, how they used every tool at their disposal, and how courage fueled their actions. She knew the enemy had underestimated the human spirit. As the day wore on, the enemy suffered heavy losses. Their formations broke and confusion spread. Ethan saw an opportunity. Send the signal. We strike together now. Humans from every part of the colony launched a coordinated counterattack. Soldiers, civilians, and engineers moved as one. The enemy tried to regroup, but humans struck from every direction. Machines, traps, and quick thinking created a relentless wave of resistance. In the center of the colony, Ethan led a direct assault on a key enemy vehicle. Riley covered him, and Claire flew overhead, directing attacks and providing support. The enemy was forced to retreat again, this time in disarray. Queen Laura sent a message to all human colonies, highlighting the bravery and skill of the defenders. Humans fight with courage and intelligence. Remember this: we'll defend every home, every person, with all that we have. As the sun set, the colony stood strong. Fires burned, walls held, and humans had proven their strength. Ethan looked at the exhausted but proud faces around him. This is only the beginning. Humans can face anything. We adapt, we fight, and we survive. Riley smiled. They will never expect what comes next. Humans are not easy to defeat. Claire nodded, her eyes shining. They will learn the hard way. Humans always find a way. Queen Laura knew that today. Humans had shown their true power. She prepared for the battles ahead, confident that her people could overcome anything. The enemy would soon learn that humans were not just fighters, but thinkers, planners, and a force that could not be ignored. Humans did not wait for the enemy to make the next move. Commander Ethan and Queen Laura decided to set a trap. They gathered soldiers and civilians and moved to an old industrial site outside the colony. It was a place abandoned for decades, full of ruins, tunnels, and hidden spaces. Humans could use it to their advantage. Riley and Claire led teams to prepare the site. They placed explosives in narrow corridors, set up barricades, and created false paths to confuse the enemy. Every civilian helped. Even small children carried tools and supplies to aid the defense. Humans were patient and precise. They knew that surprise and intelligence could defeat strength. The enemy arrived with confidence. They had studied the first clashes and assumed humans were predictable. They moved in organized lines, expecting minimal resistance. Ethan watched from a hidden perch, heart steady. Remember, hit fast and fall back. Let them walk into our trap. As enemy soldiers advanced, they were met with unexpected obstacles. Collapsed walls blocked their path, tunnels redirected them, and hidden squads fired from angles the enemy had not anticipated. Confusion spread. Riley moved through the shadows, taking down key targets and guiding other humans to strike where it hurt the enemy most. Claire flew above, coordinating movements. She directed humans to set small fires and release smoke, hiding their true numbers. Enemy soldiers began to panic, unsure of where attacks would come from. Humans moved with precision and courage, exploiting every weakness. Queen Laura monitored the situation from the flagship. She saw humans controlling chaos with intelligence and bravery. She sent messages of encouragement. Humans are unpredictable. Let them feel the strength of our unity. The trap was working. Enemy forces were funneled into narrow passages where humans had the advantage. Explosives were detonated, sending debris crashing down. Enemy vehicles were damaged, soldiers trapped, and morale shattered. Humans struck from above, behind, and the sides. Even unarmed civilians found ways to help, moving supplies, blocking paths, and guiding humans safely. Ethan led a small squad through the heart of the industrial site. They attacked key enemy positions, taking control of critical points. Riley covered him, using clever tactics to outmaneuver stronger forces. Claire provided aerial support, dropping small but effective explosives on enemy clusters. The enemy had no time to regroup. Hours passed, and the enemy was forced to retreat. They had underestimated humans again. Humans had used every skill, every idea, and every bit of courage to turn the tide. The industrial site was damaged, but it was a testament to human strategy and teamwork. Queen Laura addressed her people via communication channels. Today, humans have shown that strength alone is not enough. Courage, intelligence, and cooperation win battles. We will continue to fight with this spirit. Ethan gathered his team. We've sent a message today. Humans are clever and fearless. They cannot predict us, and they cannot break us. We will use every advantage we have to protect our homes. Riley smiled, wiping sweat from his brow. They will not forget this day. Humans have set the example of what it means to fight for survival. Claire looked at the smoke rising from the ruins and nodded. Next time, they will come with more caution, but humans will be ready. We adapt, we strike, and we never give up. As night fell, humans regrouped. The trap had worked perfectly. Humans had proven again that courage and intelligence could overcome superior force. Queen Laura felt a surge of pride. Her people had shown the enemy that underestimating humans was a grave mistake. The battles ahead would be fierce, but humans had already demonstrated that they were capable of more than anyone could imagine. Queen Laura and Commander Ethan did not wait for the enemy to recover. Humans would take the fight to them. The enemy had regrouped at a stronghold, confident they could plan their next move. Humans had other ideas. Laura gathered her generals and soldiers. She wanted a direct strike to show humans were fearless. Ethan led a squad to scout the enemy base. He moved through hidden paths with Riley and Claire. They observed enemy patrols, noting weaknesses and patterns. Humans were patient, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Even small mistakes by the enemy were recorded to use later. Queen Laura issued orders to the fleet. Humans would attack in coordinated waves. Soldiers on the ground, civilians assisting, and pilots in the air would move as one. Humans were unpredictable. The enemy could not guess where the next strike would come from. The day of the counterattack arrived. Humans moved quickly, taking the enemy by surprise. Soldiers used speed and strategy rather than just brute force. Civilians guided troops through hidden paths, carrying supplies and setting up simple but effective defenses along the way. Every human had a role, and they executed it perfectly. Riley led a group to sabotage enemy weapons. He moved silently, avoiding detection, and destroyed key equipment. The enemy panicked when they realized their weapons were useless. Ethan led a team to flank the enemy. They struck from the sides, using tunnels and ridges to appear unexpectedly. Claire flew above, giving real-time instructions. She guided humans through the chaos, helping them avoid traps and strike critical targets. Humans attacked with speed, precision, and determination. The enemy could not predict human movements, and each human action created confusion. Queen Laura observed the battle from her flagship. She saw humans fighting together, civilians assisting soldiers, and soldiers protecting civilians. It was a display of unity and courage. She sent messages to inspire more colonies to prepare.
Oh, humans are strong when united. Never underestimate the courage of a united people.
The enemy tried to organize a counterattack, but humans were everywhere.
Barricades, fires, and traps slowed them down. Humans appeared in unexpected places, cutting off escape routes. Every move by humans seemed planned but spontaneous at the same time. Humans were not just fighters, they were thinkers, using every resource wisely. As the battle continued, enemy forces began to retreat. Humans pressed forward, striking relentlessly. Ethan and Riley worked together to take out key leaders, while Claire disrupted communications from the air. The enemy's confidence shattered. Humans had the upper hand. In the middle of the fight, Laura appeared at the front line, directing humans personally. Her presence inspired courage and determination. Humans followed her commands with precision, attacking where it was most needed. The enemy could not believe their eyes. Humans were fearless and clever. Hours later, the enemy stronghold was under human control. Soldiers cheered, civilians hugged, and leaders acknowledged the bravery of every human. Ethan looked around, proud of his people. Humans have shown what they are capable of. Bravery, intelligence, and teamwork win battles. Riley nodded. They will remember this day. Humans cannot be beaten easily. Claire flew low over the stronghold, watching the enemy retreat. Humans adapt and fight with everything they have. They underestimated us before, but never again. Queen Laura knew that humans had sent a message. Every human colony would now understand that unity and courage could overcome even the strongest foes. Humans had taken the fight to the enemy, and they had won. It was a lesson in resilience, strategy, and the unyielding spirit of humanity. The enemy was in full retreat, their forces scattered across the battlefield. Humans did not give them time to regroup. Queen Laura and Commander Ethan decided that the final strike had to be decisive. Humans would show that they were not only strong, but unstoppable when united. Ethan, Riley, and Claire led squads to target remaining enemy positions. Every move was coordinated. Civilians assisted by providing supplies and setting simple traps to slow the enemy. Humans struck with precision and speed. The enemy was confused, their plans falling apart. Queen Laura appeared at the front line, giving instructions and encouraging her people. Soldiers felt stronger seeing their leader beside them. Humans had grown fearless, fighting with determination and intelligence. Every small victory built momentum, and humans pressed forward without hesitation. Riley moved through enemy positions, disabling weapons and rescuing captured humans. Each action caused further confusion among the enemy. Ethan led a team to secure key enemy command posts, cutting off communication and disrupting their strategy. Claire flew overhead, providing aerial support and directing humans to weak points in enemy lines. As humans pushed deeper into enemy territory, they discovered hidden bunkers and supplies. Instead of being overwhelmed, humans adapted. They used every advantage, turning the enemy's strength into weakness. Every small group of humans could create chaos and force retreats. The enemy had underestimated human ingenuity and courage. Queen Laura sent messages to all colonies. Humans fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. Your day. We show that no force can break us. Protect your homes, help each other, and never give up. Her words inspired more humans to join the fight, reinforcing the message that humans were a force to be reckoned with. The final clash came near the enemy's main base. Humans attacked from all sides. Soldiers, civilians, and pilots worked as one. Even small teams of humans created major disruptions. Enemy could not hold their ground. Human coordination and courage overwhelmed them. Ethan led the final assault on the central enemy command. Riley and Claire supported him, ensuring every move was covered. Humans took control of key positions quickly. The enemy surrendered, their confidence shattered. Humans had proven they could overcome overwhelming odds. Queen Laura stood among her people, proud and determined. Humans had achieved victory not just with weapons, but with intelligence, strategy, and courage. Every human had played a role, and every effort mattered. Humans were unpredictable and resourceful, and the enemy had learned that the hard way. As humans returned to their colonies, they were celebrated for their bravery. Civilians and soldiers shared stories of courage and quick thinking. Queen Laura addressed her people one last time. Today humans have shown what we are capable of. We are strong, we are united, and we will always protect our home. No one can underestimate us again. Ethan, Riley, and Claire looked at the horizon, exhausted but proud. They had led humans through a challenge that seemed impossible. Humans had adapted, fought, and won. Their actions had changed the way everyone would see humanity. The sun set on the victorious humans. Queen Laura knew that the battles ahead would still be difficult. But humans had proven their true power. Courage, intelligence, and unity had won the day. Humans would continue to grow stronger, respected, and feared by any who thought to challenge them. The universe had learned that humans were not to be underestimated, and their spirit would shine in the battles to come.